Today, I have 6 gems for you guys to consider investing in for the upcoming crypto bull run. And I think every single one of these are going to do exceptionally well. So make sure you stick around. Let's get straight into it. G'day everyone, my name is Zach and I'm here to help you with your cryptocurrency investing journey. Just remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Always do your own research before investing. If you want to join the Patreon, connect with me one-on-one and get all of my early calls. Link will be in the description. Starting at $10 a month and will be increased in the future once I build a schedule around it. Make sure you go check that out. Alrighty, so the first project we're going to be talking about today is Space or MicroVisionChain. And these guys' vision, their vision going into the future is to become the perfect blockchain for massive Web3 applications to not only develop on, but to utilize, Utilize the technology that MicroVisionChain is providing. So these guys are aiming to, and if we jump into here, are utilizing the proof of work mechanism with something called a UTXO smart contract, or the UTXO model. And basically what this is it's ensuring that security is optimized and increased when transferring coins, but it's also increasing the ability to track and transfer tokens and coins from one person to another. These guys are also, and if we can see here, as we can see here, are wanting to go into the future to scale their public chain to carry 1 million transactions per second, and to even be used by global users and pretty much as a global blockchain, to handle global based, global sized transactions. That's the word I was trying to get out. So these guys are utilizing a few things, They're aiming to remain decentralized and they're utilizing their high performance technology that they have provided. And also that these guys are utilizing the proof of work mechanism. So keeping it simple in a sense, not really simple, but keeping it to something that the market is used to, So Bitcoin utilized the proof of work mechanism. So I think other projects out there utilizing the proof of work mechanism like MicroVisionChain are going to do very well in the future. So right now, it's not looking like the most optimal time to buy. And if you're in the Discord, you would have had the opportunity to buy it down here. So make sure you check out the description and join the Discord for my calls. But it's not looking like the most optimal entry right now. But is it worth potentially getting your foot in the door? And the more we retrace, the more we buy. I'm going to let you make that decision on your own. But if I hadn't bought in yet, I would consider doing it. And the more we come down, the more we buy in. Because we could potentially come to these equal highs right here. Potentially. And I say potentially because it could happen. And that is not financial advice. Tokenomics are quite horrendous, so just under 10% of the circulating supply out, which will be increased in the future. If we go to the tokenomics, we can see the distribution. So 35% is on that proof of work mechanism, and they're going to be having a release every quarter, 2.5% per quarter for all builders, and the halving every 11 quarters. So we're going to have a release of tokens over the next few years. Which, it's not going to over dilute the price too much, but I would consider this number right here before making your investment. So ultimately, from the current price without any dilution, I think this could 50 to 100x in the bull run. So the next 2 projects we're going to be talking about are very similar, and they are MASQ and Carbon Browser, both with the same vision but have their own takes on it. So these 2 are pioneers in the decentralized browsing space, with MASQ aiming to mask users online, allowing them not to be tracked or traced and browse the internet in complete anonymity, while Carbon Browser is aiming to be the fastest Web3 browser in existence, saving 95% of user data and also not compromising privacy and security online. So both are very similar, Both are using DVPNs, both have crypto wallets, and all are private and secure online. And I think going into the future, a lot of people are going to resort to using these, especially with large companies out there. When you use Google Chrome, Bing, Microsoft Edge, that sort of stuff, are able to collect your data and sell them to third-party companies, not only for advertising purposes, but just to, you know what the governments are like, keep a little bit of a track on the nation. And these two browsers are here to mitigate that going into the future. So both are excellent. All right. I'm kind of leaning towards Carbon Browser at the minute because they're aiming to be the fastest Web3 browser. But MASQ has that extra bit of privacy and security online whilst also using Tor technology. So both are excellent projects, right? They're good investments, but MASQ has been going absolutely parabolic as of late, and CSIX hasn't been having the biggest run. But if you look at the previous, like it's looking like it wants to push up, you know what I mean? Whereas MASQ, you'd probably want to wait for a lower entry to get in. But like I said, both of these projects have excellent potential. I hold both of these projects and both investments have been doing quite well. And ultimately, I think going into the future, both will at least 50x, all right? Or one of them will 50x, and I think 100x potential is on the board. Ultimately, to achieve that 100x, these both, or one of these, have to be mass adopted, as with many projects out there, or at least gain the hype to push them in the bull run. So right now they're sitting in a very similar market cap, all right? $22 million in market cap for MASQ, or just under $23 million and just over $23 million in market cap. And we can see that there is a massive difference in volume. There is a lot more money flowing in and out of CSIX compared to MASQ. But like I said before, MASQ has been going pretty parabolic, so you want to consider your entries on this one. But I think going into the future, both will do exceptionally well. The next project we're going to be talking about is Neon EVM, and I think going into the future, this is going to be absolutely massive. So it's aiming to combine the best of both worlds. We can see Ethereum's infrastructure and Solana's blockchain, and Neon EVM kind of sits in the middle. This allows for a few things, all right? A few advantages. So obviously the first one is easy smart contract adaptation. So Ethereum dApps and applications built on top of Ethereum can easily be compatible with Solana without reconfiguration of smart contracts. You can also write dApps in languages you know. So I don't really know a lot about coding, but this is more for the developers side, ultimately allowing for a fluid interaction with both blockchains and developing projects. And it's also the first Ethereum virtual machine on Solana. And we know Solana is going to be absolutely enormous this run, all right? Solana has been hyped up like there is no tomorrow. And going from $9, all right, all the way up to, I think it's over $60 right now per sol. Going to be enormous, all right? And projects aiming to not only develop the abilities of Solana, but to combine two blockchains together, I think it is going to do very well. Also providing scalability benefits. And going into the future, right, and I keep saying going into the future, but going into the future, scaling these blockchains and allowing them to interact a lot easier is going to be massive. Another one for developers, tools you are ready to use, but this is one I am very bullish on, and it's Solana's growing ecosystem. Solana is going to be massive, like I said before. You can get access to Solana and native Solana assets and other bridged assets. The next coin, all right, is going to be another special DGen play. Very risky, so make sure you stick around for that. But ultimately, Neon EVM is here to combine the best of both worlds. But the only problem I have with the project is the circulating supply, as a lot of projects out there have. It's only at 9% at the current point, so there is that big tokenary inflation risk. So going into the future, you've got to be careful with that, especially with investing, as we can see that fully diluted market cap is quite high at the moment. All right, it's not ideal to buy in. So I'm going to let you guys make the decision on whether that is too low for your liking, or if you're a bit of a risky player and want to bite the bullet on this one. But a lot of early investors are reaping these rewards, and we're in a bit of area of consolidation where early sellers are selling off and new buyers are coming in, as we can see there. But ultimately, I think Neon EVM is going to be great this bull run. If it can hold this value, all right, it'll do a lot better. But now I want to cover our fifth coin, and that is Moraswap. All right, this is a very, very risky play. All right. Please do your own research on this one, as the market cap is only at $300,000 US. All right, very low in market cap, very risky, but it is the first decentralized exchange and swapping exchange built on Neon, utilizing Neon as gas. And if we go into the trade, you can actually see, you can swap Neon to a range of different assets, and the list is ever growing. So I think if MorSwap, all right, and if Neon can do very well, I think Moraswap's going to do very well, right? In theory, if the blockchain does good and the head project does good, Usually the centralized exchange follows it. That's why I'm so bullish on ZK Swap Finance. And I think going into the future, right, Neon's going to be pretty big. I think this could quite easily 100x from this price, all right? If we get tokenary inflation, it could bring that down a bit as the market cap will rise and the price will stay the same. But I think, Neon could 100x from this market cap value. And if that does that, Moraswap is going to do quite well. And there's a few perks to using it, right? You can provide liquidity. I'm not going to connect my wallet, but you can provide liquidity. There is farming and staking options, and their bridge is using the Neon Pass. So if you want to buy this, you need to bridge through here. It's a little bit complex, but I can walk it through you in the Discord. So if you want to see that, join the Discord, and I can teach you how to buy this. But this is a very risky play, all right, everyone? Very risky. The volume is incredibly small. As we can see here, let's go back to Moraswap. Very small at the current point. But there's a lot of locked value, and the price is very, very small, and the market cap is very small. So just be careful with this one because it's going to be quite a risky play. So Moraswap right now, the fully diluted valuation is just under 2x of the current market cap. So there's not going to be a lot of tokenary inflation. But if we have a look at the chart, where's the chart? If we have a look at the chart, it's not the most attractive chart, right? We're kind of pushing down a little bit. So if we want to push up and swap bullish, right, and turn bullish, we're going to need to break this high right here, hold it somewhere in here, and continue upwards. Or else we could potentially, let me just get rid of that, could potentially just keep ranging here for who knows how long until we eventually push out and break out when Neon turns into quite a big project. But Neon, ultimately, I think it can 100x from the current market cap valuation. Moraswap, I'm not going to give an X rating, how many X's I think it can do, but I think it could do quite well if Neon does well, and will probably follow the project. So the sixth and final project we're going to be talking about today is Mintlayer, and going into the future, I'm very bullish on this project. It's quite a good project in my opinion. Tokenomics, once again, aren't the best, but it's not the worst, and for the current market cap, it's not a bad buy, right? We've been going parabolic as of late, but not as parabolic as we're going to go in the bull run. And I'll show you how many X's I think this can do in the end. But what this is, right, what Mintlayer is, it's empowering Bitcoin with a sidechain. So empowering Bitcoin and scaling Bitcoin, but also allowing BRC20 projects to build on top of a strong foundation. So I kind of compare this project a little bit to Injective, but Injective's sole purpose is to empower the building and development / deployment of decentralized finance. And Mintlayer is doing this with all BRC20 projects, allowing Bitcoin to scale. And we know this cycle, Bitcoin is going to be absolutely enormous. At the current rate, I don't know how high Bitcoin will go, but it is going to absolutely smash through those all-time highs that we had in 2021. In the previous bull run. I think it was 2021. So long ago now. But yes, so basically, it's a hub for developers to build on top of it. So if we have a look at the ecosystem, developers have a range of not only tools to use, but also incentives to build on top of it. So they have incubator programs, accelerator programs, and a grants, and a grants initiative. Ultimately, with the idea to scale Bitcoin, all right? And if we have a look here, currently in Q4 of 2023, guys, Q4 already. I keep saying that. This year's going too fast. We're almost at the bull run, but going into 2024, we're going to have our mainnet launch and wallet integration of Mintlayer tokens. And going into the future, there's more to be announced, but it's going to be interesting to see their atomic swap system. So Mintlayer, I think it's going to do quite well. All right, scaling Bitcoin. A few of my crypto guru buddies out there think it's a great project. We can see, all right, decentralized financial markets. So we leverage technology, advanced scalability to enforce network and user security, increase node inclusivity, and ensure long-term sustainability. So they're going to have a tokenized ecosystem. So you can tokenize on top of this sidechain equity, real estate, and other holdings in primary and secondary markets. Also empowering DeFi, so decentralized finance, so store, lend, borrow your assets. We all know what DeFi is. and also to transfer and exchange value, ultimately providing a fluent way to do so on top of what these guys are providing. So Mintlayer is very good. I think this could potentially be $1 billion project if we don't have any tokenary inflation. So I do think 100x could potentially be in the works for this project from this market cap value. And I think Mintlayer is going to be a good one going forward. A solid investment in a decent buying area. If we have a look right here, straight off the bat, we have had a golden buying area. If you hadn't already been in the project, where is my rectangle? We can see pretty much right here where we've had massive wick rejections, smash through, wick rejection, wick rejection. So if we come down here again, I'd recommend potentially getting your foot in the door, because it's not financial advice. Nothing I say is financial advice, as we always say. Always do your own research. But if we jump down the hourly, right, it looks like it wants to continue pushing up, because we've broken these lows, made a new lower high, made a higher low, and now we've made a higher high. So are we going to make a higher low of this area here, continue pushing up? I think potentially, yeah. I think we could potentially continue pushing up. Where's my brush? Do something like this, take out this high, and then go somewhere down here, and then continue going upwards. I've seen this chart so many times in the past, and I think this is in the works to potentially make a new all-time high very, very soon. So that is Mintlayer. It is a good investment going into the future, and I'd recommend doing your research before investing. All in all, the projects I've recommended to you are just a few of the many, many projects out there that are going to return huge amounts of money this bull run. And the bull run's not far away, right? The halving is only 144 days away, or expected to be 144 days away, which is very, very close. If you think about it, there is not long to get some decent money into crypto before it is too late. And once that bull run starts, there is no turning back. You are saying goodbye to your old life and saying hello to a new one full of value, as long as you invested in the right project. So that's the end of today's video. If you got some value out of it, consider leaving a like and subscribing. For my early calls and to connect with me a lot easier, consider joining the Patreon. Link will be in the description. Or if you just want to join the Crypto Exact Discord server and collaborate with like-minded crypto investors, link will also be in the description. Apart from that, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I hope the markets have been treating you well. And I'll see you in the next one. See you later.